Just walking to the station. Arriving at the station.
This service for Norwich, we will be calling at Ely.
Arrived in Ely. Going to go off to the cathedral. From the station, getting to the cathedral. This is Ely High Street. This is sort of the start of the walk. This is, I think they call it Riverside Walk in Ely. But hopefully, start the walk, as far as I'm aware, keep the river on my left. Not too many people up this morning. It happens to be the coldest morning of the year. Train goes by. For those in the know, this is Ely, a long way from Cambridge. And there's the Cambridge University boathouse where they train. Because going out that way, the river is long and straight. Boatyard. So here we are. Got up fairly early, took the train up to Ely, and now walking back along the side of the river, which is behind me up there, back to Cambridge. Don't expect to see very many people. It's pretty cold, pretty miserable. It's the coldest day of the year so far, but yeah. Should be 17, 18 miles, something like that. And let's see where the day takes us. Starting off, top of this bank, I think not sure, I must have to go left and right somewhere. Because I think over there is the river, but coming out of the Ely. Very wintry. Big sky, following the river, big meander into the distance. Stuck between train line and the river. Quite a long bit of mooring on this bank, and a couple of narrow boats are already there. All the way along here you can moor your boat. These are the gates I like. You have a gate and you just walk around it. Two trains. Coming up to a boatyard, I can see movement. It's a oil tanker. Into a private boatyard. The path goes all the way along. Just passing through the fish and duck marina. So, a lot of more boats. Certainly the ability to pick the boats out of the water. And the path follows the bank all the way around. Quite a wide part of the river flooded into this field, but actually the bank goes all the way around, so this must be the expectation that this is all water. Massive amounts of water coming out. Quite a challenge to find any shot, because the water's always on my left and the sun is shining onto the water and really into my face. But in its own way it's beautiful. It's quiet, clearly nobody walks along here that often. It's still cold, the frost still hasn't gone. We're a good few hours into the morning, so temperature hasn't risen much above freezing. And yeah, there's the river and the sun, and just a beautiful day to be out. Not so much of a path on this section. There was a sign saying go this way. I can more or less work out where to go. Thank goodness it's pretty frozen. This is a pretty muddy area. Just a part of the walk where few people come, clearly. To be fair, apart from seeing one person walk their dog just outside Ely, I haven't seen anybody for the last 3-4 hours. The sun is slowly coming up, still quite low in the sky. We are in November, almost December, so thankful that it's dry. Ely effectively used to be an island, drained this part of the world, and they end up with fields that are basically meters deep of peat. Fantastic for growing stuff. Not sure if we can see until they move. A couple of deer going through the field. There they go. Going up to a huge sluice setup. I've crossed over the river at a lock. I think I've got another 3 miles and I cross over the river again. But a lot of moored up boats, nobody in them. But yeah, it's not a bad walk. It's flat, as you'd expect following a river. Just got to the Cambridge Sailing Club. Yeah, sailing on a river. But there are some sort of, almost like a holiday home by your boat. Incredible. I think this might be the bridge where I go back over the other side of the river. Not sure. We'll see when we get there. There we go, up over the bridge. On the other side. Nice pub called the Bridge. And then I'll go the other side and down that towpath. On to a very well maintained towpath for the final bit into Cambridge. Just the three of them feeding away. It's White Lock. This is the lock known to everybody who rows sculls in Cambridge. You come up to the lock, you turn around, you go back again. Yeah. There goes the sculler. Oh, not very good catches, but then that doesn't matter. And here is a lovely swan following. Gosh, this is so funny. This is a bit of the river called the Gut. When you row towards Cambridge, so the way I'm going, you take the inside of the corner. That is a sign saying change to the left. I was a sculler, came back to Cambridge, coming up to these two trees, when an 8 came round the other way, took out my oar and took me in. That's when I discovered it's only about 3 feet deep, this particular stretch. But what is also quite funny is they've cleared up all the trees. Wow. When I was here 35 years ago, trees were overhanging. Nestled by the river, it's a tiny church where I got married. And the weather vane is a rowing 8. Chisholm Trail Bridge. Read about this in the local newspaper for years. So it's a pedestrian bridge over the river. Well, pedestrian cycle. Wow. Okay. And gets us into the city at some point. Busy junction. Wow, what a change. You only used to be able to walk on that right hand side of the river. And now they've opened up parkland and put a path down, and you can now walk 1-2 miles into Cambridge from the outskirts. The last bit of the river on the outskirts of Cambridge. And the last little bit of walkable river before you get to Cambridge, and then it goes behind the colleges, and you can then do it on a punt. Go past all the boathouses. So these are college boathouses, and there's a few town ones, and then all the people living on their barges. But that's almost the end from Ely to Cambridge. So quite a walk. The last couple hundred metres. 100 yards, boardwalk beside some flats with the river, and then ahead where there's a bridge beyond there you can't go, you can only go on a punt. So that's pretty much the end of the walk. And a few touristy pictures. That's the front of St John's College. And then next door will be Trinity. The good thing about this is the Wren Library is open virtually every day, and you can go and see first editions of all sorts of books.